If you love Christmas, you're gonna love today's video. You all absolutely were inspired by my last video using peel and stick paper from Dollar Tree. So today we're doing peel and stick 2.0 Christmas style. All because today is Christmas in July. Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Shannon from thedailydiyWire.com. And if you weren't aware, I actually have a second channel called The Cozy Christmas Cottage. And today is the official start to the Christmas season over on the Cozy Christmas Cottage YouTube channel. So if you enjoy weekly content here on the Daily DIYer channel, you're definitely gonna wanna go over and subscribe to the Cozy Christmas Cottage because you're gonna get a double dose of inspiration every single week as I post a video here as well as over there on Sundays. And I have to thank all of these awesome DIY YouTube friends of mine who have also jumped in to help celebrate Christmas in July and the brand new season of the Cozy Christmas Cottage. So after you're finished watching today's video, make sure to head down to the description box below where you'll find a playlist link and it will link you over to all of their awesome Christmas inspiration and ideas that they are posting today as well. And I think now is a great time to start grabbing some of that peel and stick wallpaper from Dollar Tree so you have it on hand, or so you can go ahead and start Christmas crafting now. Let me show you some awesome brand new ideas of how you can use it for your Christmas crafting and decor. Let's go. All right, so let's start with a super quick and easy DIY using these tea lights from Dollar Tree. I love these. They come in a pack of 20 for $1.25, making them only 6 cents each. We're gonna be using just a scrap piece of our peel and stick paper from this. So if you have leftover pieces from the last video that you DIY'd with, or you're gonna make some of these today and have some leftovers, save it for this DIY because all you need is a little teeny tiny strip. I measured out the height of the tea lights and then cut a strip with my paper trimmer, and we're simply just going to tack that down around the metal edge of the candle. So this instantly just gave it a little bit more style, went from the silver to more of a wood look, which I really absolutely love. Here's a way to take it up a notch. These are incredible candle holders from Dollar Tree, beautiful, thick glass, that ribbed glass. If you flip them upside down, you can put your tea lights on top of them and it just gives it a very classy and beautiful look once you light those candles. Now this may come as a surprise, but did you know you could put this peel and stick paper through your printer? I know, it opens up a whole slew of ideas, and I'm gonna share some with you right now. So the first thing we have to do is actually cut down our peel and stick wallpaper because it is too big to fit into a printer. So you're gonna mark your paper on the back side at 8.5 by 11. And then use some scissors or your paper trimmer to cut it down to size. And then we're gonna feed it into our printer just like we would regular paper. And of course, as you can see, my printer, you have to put the paper in upside down, so make sure you put it in so that your printer will print on the correct decorative side of your peel and stick wallpaper. And what I'm printing off here is actually just some really cute and simple Merry Christmas gift tags you can add to your Christmas gifts. And I will have this design available as a free printable, link down in the description box below. So you'll head down there, click the link, you'll download it, and you'll be able to use and reproduce this craft easy peasy. Now this wallpaper does have a coating on it, so whenever you print, your ink is going to be wet. You need to let it sit, I would say overnight. You can see after drying it, it still smudged a little bit, but here you can see after letting it sit overnight, no more smudging. So just give this some time to completely dry and cure before you start working with it. And then all you have to do is cut out your now custom labels that you've created that are pretty much just stickers that you're going to be able to stick right onto your gifts. Now I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I did not let this sit overnight. I just used that hair dryer to dry my ink, which didn't dry completely. So there was a little bit of smudging going on. But as you saw, if you let it sit overnight, it will not smudge on you. And make sure to print on just normal setting instead of best so it doesn't use quite so much ink. And while we're talking about gift wrap, let's dress up some regular brown craft shipping paper from Dollar Tree with our peel and stick Dollar Tree wallpaper. It's a fun way to do it and maybe not the most economical, but you know what? I love to make my gifts look super pretty. It's just something that gives me joy, that extra love that you put into your gifts. So what I've done is I've taken this faux wood paper, cut it down the middle, pulled off the backing, and we're just gonna stick that right around a pre-wrapped gift using that craft paper. We're gonna dress this up just a little bit more using some Christmas ribbon and some greenery. You could even print off some more of those gift tags and use your custom labels on here. Just a fun way to dress up a gift using some of that sticky paper. You could even cut this in fours. That way you would get 4 gifts out of one sheet. Now we're gonna make some candle holders. These are actually ribbed glasses in the kitchenware section at Dollar Tree that I picked up. We're gonna use them for little vases. And this is the other half of that piece of paper we just used in the last project, cutting it down into 2 pieces again. So then we can just take that and wrap it around the bottom side of each one of these glasses to make a luminary. I also want to show you these really great new LED candles that Dollar Tree is carrying, the off-white and the white. I just dropped one of those down into each vase and made a very cute luminary. I can't wait to actually dress these up at Christmas time. You know, it's July, so we don't have a lot of Christmas decor out yet, but I can just see these in the middle of my kitchen table. Now, I know pizza pans don't necessarily scream Christmas, but we're gonna add some peel and stick wallpaper to it, and we're gonna change that. All right, so of course, grab your pizza pan and your favorite sticky wallpaper from Dollar Tree. I really like this light colored wood. I think it's a newer one. I haven't seen it, or it's just been out of stock and got restocked at mine, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna get used a lot this Christmas time. We're gonna take 2 pieces, lay them upside down, and we're gonna tape them together, as we're gonna need 2 pieces to fill and cover the middle of this pizza pan. Now take your pizza pan, flip it upside down, and take your wallpaper, lay it on top. We're gonna then run our hand around the outside edge of the pizza pan, the inside ring there, and just kind of make a little marking so that we can then come in with some scissors and cut out around the circle that we've created. I would suggest cutting your circle larger than the one that we made the impression of to give us a little bit of wiggle room, as we are gonna come in with an X-Acto knife to cut this down so it fits perfectly within that space. And then I would recommend just peeling off some of the paper backing and then going a little bit at a time, pushing your wallpaper down onto the pizza pan. That is going to lessen the risk of having a bunch of air bubbles you have to get out of there. And then, like I said, take an X-Acto knife and cut around that inside edge of the circle, removing any excess wallpaper. So we are going to turn this into a ornament advent calendar. So we want it to look like an ornament. So I'm going to use a binder ring for the top of the ornament, the little hook. And to attach that, we're going to use some E6000 glue and some hot glue onto one side of the ring. Place that at the top of the pizza pan. And I also like to reinforce this with a little bit of tape. Now, learn from my mistake. I wish I would have paid a little bit more attention where that ring was going on the back, because as you can see, my wood grain is kind of offset a little bit. No big deal. We're gonna go with it. I didn't want to take it all apart, and it turns out fine. So if it happens to you, no big deal. We're gonna add some greenery and a bow to help dress up that ornament. Now to add those numbers, I'm going to be using a vinyl decal for mine, but if you don't have a Cricut machine, grab out a Sharpie marker, go to town, you can just write your numbers in that way. If you have a Cricut machine, I will have this file available in my Cricut design space, linked down below. And maybe you have been dreaming about getting a Cricut machine. You know what? Christmas in July, treat yourself. Or maybe put it on your Santa wish list for the Christmas season, because I'm telling you what, it is going to make your crafting look so much better, and it's going to make it go so much faster, believe me. So what I've done is just cut out all of those numbers, weeded it, and then applied it with a masking tape style transfer tape that I'll link down below for you. It works a little bit better with these more delicate finishes like the wallpaper. So now that our numbers are on there, we need something that is going to be able to move around for counting down the days until Christmas. So this is a really pretty wire garland that I get from Amazon. I'll link down below for you, but I have seen it at Walmart and craft stores too. So keep an eye out, but you can definitely find it on Amazon. I'm going to use some Dollar Tree red berries here, glued around the wreath to give it more of a Christmassy look. And this is going to be our little mover and shaker around the ornament and the numbers. So my initial thought was I wanted to glue a magnet on the back of the wreath so I can move it around. Guess what? I know I have magnets in my craft room somewhere. I have no idea where they are. So I did find this magnet hook from Dollar Tree that was where it was supposed to be. So that's an option. Or, you know, we're crafty. We have to get a little bit creative and use what we have. So I'm going to use a little bit of this sticky tack, which works just as great too. It doesn't damage the wallpaper, and you're able to still move that little wreath around and do your countdown. So we have put this stuff through the printer, and yes, you can even put it through your Cricut machine, just like you would cardstock or vinyl. If you don't have a Cricut machine, you can modify this and still recreate it in a different way, or you can skip ahead to the next project. We don't use a Cricut in the rest of this video. But for my Cricut users, I don't want to leave you out. You definitely can put this through your Cricut machine. I actually had cut this on 80-pound medium cardstock setting, so it's going to cut all the way through this and basically make some cutouts of these snowflakes with that wood texture. If you don't have a Cricut machine, you can get out a stencil, trace around it, cut each one out individually. That is an option too. We're going to be using these to make a garland, so we're not going to take the backing off and make them sticky, but that's an option too. You could even take those off, make them stickers, stick them around, put them in your windows or something. That would be really pretty. But I have this beaded garland from Hobby Lobby. I think when it was 50% off, it was like $2.99, so not bad at all. We're just gonna simply attach each one of those snowflakes onto this beaded garland with some clothespins. All right, now we're going to make some Christmas trees with some more of this wallpaper. We're going to start with this one, but I end up actually using two different ones and they look really pretty together. So we are going to take the paper backing off of these and fold this in half, so it's like a hot dog. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're going to fold this into a long rectangle, being very careful. We don't want to get bubbles in here. So start at one side and push down to the other and then push it down flat. And we have created a double-sided piece of paper basically, and we're going to take our scissors and cut this into a tall triangle. So I basically cut it into two triangles. So I did up to the center on the first triangle and then flipped it over and did a second one. That way you get two triangles out of one piece, and we're going to accordion fold each one of those triangles. So you'll fold it over up towards, away from you about 1/4 of an inch, flip it over, fold it up 1/4 of an inch, crease it really well, fold it back over, back and forth until we have done the entire triangle. And then we're going to use a hole punch to punch holes down the center of this. Now I'm going to definitely recommend this other great tool that I use all the time in my crafting. It is the Crop-A-Dial. I'll link it down below for you. It's got 2 different size hole punches and it is heavy duty. It is going to cut through all these layers of that wallpaper for us in one go. If you don't have this, you can use a regular hole punch too. You just might have to, you know, crease it back and forth and get those holes in there, and it might take you a couple goes, but that works too. And as you can see, we have holes all the way up the center. This is a barbecue skewer from Dollar Tree. We are going to feed that up through the holes. And then another item that I'm going to be using from Dollar Tree that I'm not even sure if they carry anymore, so you have to let me know down in the comments below if you've seen this in your craft section lately. They are the wood stems. So I used to carry these all the time. This is all I have left. Hopefully I can find some more in the future. And we're going to use it for the stump of this Christmas tree so it'll set up on our tabletop for us. So we need to put a little hole in the middle. I'm using an awl, which is just a really pointy tool, and made it big enough to where that barbecue skewer would slide down into it. A little bit of hot glue doesn't hurt either. And then just adding a wood star to the top, keeping it really neutral and really, really cute. So here's this one. And then I also made one using this really pretty wallpaper too. And look at these all together. I did varying heights and they are just so, so cute. Like I said, really neutral, really pretty, not too over the top. And if you like that rustic look, this is definitely a DIY to give a try. So this is another great DIY if you have some of those scraps left over. So we did the tea lights at the beginning. Let's make some little stickers that are perfect to go on your Christmas cards. So we're gonna take that scrap piece and we're gonna cut out these really pretty scalloped circles. This is a 1.5 inch. I got it off Amazon. I'll link it down below, but check Walmart, check the craft stores. Sometimes you can find them there as well. These seem like the great size for using for sealing up your envelopes. So really, really cute. You can put these straight onto your envelope just like that as stickers. We're gonna go a step further. These are gold glue sticks. I even have a special glue gun that I use this for because I love to use these at Christmas time. Again, Amazon find, I'll link below for you. We're gonna squeeze some of that gold hot glue into the middle of the sticker, and then we're gonna make a wax seal. So this stamp is actually from Hobby Lobby, but they have some cute ones on Amazon you can check out too. And what you do is you just, while that glue is wet, you'll set that stamp right on top, let the gravity kind of pull it down. You don't push, let it kind of compress on its own. Let it dry for about a minute and then you can remove the stamp and you've created a really pretty design in that wax, or in that glue in this case, and you can just peel the sticker off the back and use it to seal up your Christmas cards. These would also be so cute to add onto your Christmas gifts or envelopes of your baked goods. Here's what it looks like if you're just gonna do the sticker without the wax. So just a couple different options I wanted to share with you. Can you tell these last two pieces were leftovers from that pizza pan? Yep, we are not letting anything go to waste. We're actually going to use it to cover up a blank ornament here to give a plain white ornament a wood faux look. So I removed the paper backing, set the ornament down into the sticky stuff, and then used an X-Acto knife to cut around it. And then it didn't do like a perfect job. I'm a little bit picky about the finish and how it ends up turning out. So I did come in with some scissors and cut around it, and also poked a hole in there so we would be able to hang this ornament. All right, so looking good. We have a nice base. I wanted to really personalize this, so I used a picture of our family from last Christmas, and I cut it out on some printable vinyl, so something else I'll link down below for you. I just printed it out in a circle shape, so it would kind of mimic the shape of the ornament, cut it out with some scissors, peeled off the backing, and stuck it right down on top of the ornament. If you didn't want to do printable vinyl, you can do regular paper and a glue stick. That works just as good. All right, so pretty simple and basic. Let's dress this up a little bit. I have some gold cord here and some white and gold twine. I'm gonna use that to go around the outside edge of this ornament and use the twine to hang it from. And then we're gonna add a little bit of ribbon at the end to give it some color. I feel like it can get very, very pricey to go to one of those printing surfaces or order custom ornaments offline. And honestly, this is not going to cost you near as much to DIY your own. Now, I don't know about you, but in the crafting world, it is never too early to start thinking about Christmas. So I hope that these ideas inspired you. If you made it to the end, leave me a Christmas tree emoji down in the comments below. And also don't forget, there are so many more Christmas ideas you don't want to miss that I'm going to have linked in the description box below. You want to find that playlist, click head on over, and the ideas are just going to blow your mind. So thank you so much for joining me today. Subscribe if you are new. Head on over to my other channel, The Cozy Christmas Cottage, and subscribe there as well. And I will see you right back here next week for new ideas and inspiration. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a creative day.